Right, so you're going to start a business and we've now been plummeted into lockdown, so you can't do anything. No, that's the wrong way of thinking. Right, so we're going into a 4-week lockdown in the UK, or you know, if it's next year you're watching this and there's, let's say if it's disappeared, let's say that it's just wet weather. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's wet weather or you're in lockdown. Kind of these two things don't really make a difference. We can't fly the drones if it's raining. And if we're in lockdown, you might not be able to go out and work. So, let's say you start your business. So the first thing to do, number 5 on the list, the first thing you should be doing, okay, is looking at getting certified. And I don't mean going to a hospital and getting a little rubber stamp that says you're sane across your forehead. That's not what I mean, okay? So getting certified, what I mean is, you know, your GVC, okay, and all the A2, okay. Right now, I think, from my standpoint, is you need both of them. Okay, I'm assuming you've already done the drone registration and operator ID and the crappy DMARS test. Okay, I'm assuming you've done that stuff first. Okay, where the government wants their £9 to pay for the 2.2 million system they have built. Yes, it did cost that. So, going to get yourself certified, GVC, A2. These is what's coming. This is all next year stuff. The PFCO is kind of dead, but you want these certificates. Okay, this is what you want. Okay, this is what you want. You want your nice little, you want your GVC. Okay, this is what one looks like. Okay, so it's GVC. You can fly in a specific category, and I can fly fixed wing, and I can fly multi-rotor. It has your RAE, who that was on this side, and on the back it says this is the General Visual Line of Sight Certificate. The holder is competent to act as a remote pilot in a specific category in accordance with the limitations specified in the associated operational authorisation. So there'll be an ops manual. And across the bottom, this can be revoked, amended or suspended by the CAA at any time. Article 253. We want it back, you've got to give it back. Okay? So that's what a GVC looks like, it says, as it covers up his flyer ID. There we go. So that's what a GVC looks like. Okay. There is the credit card version as well. And then we've also got, it says, covering over his flyer ID again. I'll just put things there. And then we've got the A2. This is what an A2 one looks like, okay? So that's what an A2 certificate looks like. That's that, okay? Has your expiry date, it's the open category, and then on the back it can tell you what you can do to a certain date. So it's talking about the A2 subcategory, and you can fly in the C2 unmanned aircraft. Now it doesn't specify the distances. I was expecting that, but it doesn't. Okay, and then it's telling you about the A1 subcategory and your weight list there. Okay, and it can, that's interesting, in a specific category, if the associated operational authorisation explicitly states that the A2 CFC is the level of competency required. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? I've not seen that before, I've only just realised. In a specific category, if the associated operational authorisation explicitly states that the A2 CFC is the level of competency required. Now, what that means is, if you've got to have your ops manual, right, you need to put in there that your remote pilots, or you as a remote pilot, you can fly under the A2 CFC and you've done the test and everything. Make sure you're putting it in your ops manual. This I would suggest you also do if you're a PFCO holder. You need to do your A2 and you need to put it in there to say that you can fly in these subcategories, okay? I'm now going to go and amend mine after this because, you know, it needs to go in there, and you can put a date. So starting the 31st of December, you can fly in the open category, C1, C2, put in your ops manual something about this. Okay, this is actually quite a nice little thing. So just make sure that you can put that in your ops manual. Okay, top tip. Okay. Next, so that was number 5. So number four, right, you're going to have to look at what areas you want to go into. Okay, you could flip this around with number 5 if you wanted to. It might be better to look at what areas you want to go into first. There is a video over there, or it's over there, or it's over there. I don't know, it's the internet, it could be any bloody where. On this channel though, it is on this channel, where the actual video is I don't know. But on this channel you'll find it, it's called networking. Okay, so go and check out that video for number 4, because you need to know who you're going to try and sell your service to. Remember, your service saves someone money. That's the important bit. So number 4, look at what areas you're going to go into. Okay, you know, if it's property's already pretty soaked, I would say. You know, but building inspections, construction sites, surveying, those areas are yet to really start to fill up in my eyes. There's a lot of work out there for that if you can sell your service. Okay, now in line with number 4, but it's actually number 3, is do you need to upskill? Because if you've seen something, an area you want to go into, so at number 4 you've identified that you want to do roof inspections. So number 3 is, do you need to upskill for that skill set? For doing that reporting, do you have to do that? Okay, so my advice is, number 3 is upskilling. Okay, if there's any free webinars, use them. YouTube is a great resource. You want to know about drones and how to do surveying, you know, you can learn a lot off YouTube. Okay, there is go out and do it as well. But whatever you do, you know, we're in lockdown. What else are you going to do for 4 weeks? Because I'll tell you now, you've got 4 weeks to do something. 4 weeks to get your business ready. This is it. It's just this. Why wouldn't you? If you just sat at home twiddling your thumbs, you're doing something wrong. If you're thinking of a business, you can do all this research now. So that's number 3. Okay. Number 2. Okay. Build a business plan. So get hold of a financial advisor or local business groups. You know, make sure you do go out and build your business plan. And also at the same time, do you need to register as a business? Are you going to be a limited company? You can be a sole trader. There's another video, again, somewhere out there in the ether. There's another video. It's on this channel, but where it is in the ether, I don't know. So there is another video. I do recommend you watch part 1 of building a business, okay? So go look at that. I don't tell you how to build a business plan because that's not my area of expertise. Okay, my advice is go see a business expert, get some advice on that. And in this day and age, you can probably find it on YouTube. You know, a phone call doesn't, you know, you don't have to go and physically meet someone anymore. You can do this stuff over Zoom. Okay, so there we go. That's number 2. Now, number 1 is building your company, your logo. Okay, so you're going to need your company logo, company name. You're going to want a portfolio. And with this, right, all this time, this is what you're going to do, right? So this is all grouped together at the very end. Number 1 thing you're going to do, this is the final thing, but it's a big thing and there's a lot in it, okay? Because it has to be together. Not just building a portfolio. You need to build leaflets. You need to build flyers, your website, your YouTube. But more importantly, okay, so there's all that to do. And at the same time, you need to, if you do a roof inspection, over here, when you do the roof inspection, these tiles are missing, you need to create your reporting system. Okay, so you want your logo and your header, all your paperwork, and then lay out how you're going to report that number 4, Evergreen Terrace, has got tiles missing, and this is where you want to do it, here's the image, etc. Work out your forms. Okay, all your paperwork stuff, it's going to take a while. If you go into volumetrics, for example, so you fly a nice big site like this, and there's stuff here and stuff here, you know, and you fly around it, you need the paperwork to say this is how much volume is there. Okay, you need to work out all your paperwork side. Okay, if you're doing wind turbine reporting, is it automated? Can you use a computer system to do it or not? Okay, and this stuff is all there together. You know, you might do YouTube videos to build your brand up, you know, and stuff like that. You know, it is very much down to you now to get everything together. Now, you see part one of the video where you have 3 people working. If you've got 3 of you, you can start spreading these things amongst yourself. You know, learn to do a bit of HTML. Building a website now with Wix is quite easy, so you can build that easily enough yourself. My website's never built me any work, never. But the bit is, right, you want a presence online anyway, so you're going to have one. You need an email address. All this stuff is number 1, so you're going to get your website sorted out, your emails, your branding, your reporting, how you're going to report everything, or your forms, all that kind of stuff. Now you start to build on that. That's the final thing you do. You don't need to get there until you've gone, right, I've got a business plan, I know what I'm doing, I've got the area I want to go into. You've done your networking, you've got your contacts list. I'm sure I can make a go of this. This is it. So the final thing is building everything up. Okay? And that's it. Those are your top 5 things. Although I must admit there is a lot in number 1 to do. But this is the kind of order you want to be doing it. You wouldn't do number 1, build your portfolio and do everything first, then build your business plan, then realise you've got to upskill. That's the wrong way around. Okay? You know, and getting certified, well, if you're not certified and your first job comes in, you've got a problem. So you need to do that one first. Although in these times, I must admit, if you can't afford it, at least do your research. You know, you can pay little for an A2 CFC. I would suggest getting a combo. If you've never got either the A2 CFC or the GVC, you should do a combo. Okay? PFCO holders, you'd be daft not to do the A2 CFC. Okay? But and add it into your operations manual. I've just realised what that says, and it does say that in a specific category you can operate with an A2 CFC, and that means that's just opened up massive stuff. Okay, so my advice is, everyone, that's it. There's the top 5 things to do, and they're not 5-minute things, so please don't think they are. You know, to do this could take you a month, but now you've got a month off. We're at stay-at-home orders again. You know, don't go out unless you're required to. A lot of shops are going to shut. You know, in this time, what am I going to do? So my top thing to do is, I've got another one of these. So this box, okay, here is a Believer. This is number 3, by the way. I've got 3 of them now. Don't ask me why. So the first 2, one of them's flying. The second one isn't. The second one's going to be on a Hearlink. You know, theoretically, range-wise, with video link about 12 kilometres, 20k control range, and if I just wanted to say screw it, I could do 160 kilometres. Well, I can do 80k out and 80k back, theoretically. Obviously, I can't do that in the UK because that would be naughty, so don't do that. But yeah, so I mean, I'm in lockdown. I might get out and be able to do a bit of testing because I can't do it at home. I mean, it's for the business. So I might get out and do that, but otherwise, yeah, there's your 5 things. If you're thinking of starting your own business, go out there, crack on and get it done, okay? Right, I'll catch you later. I think we're going to do, what's next? I've got a list, you see. I have a little list now because I go on rants. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to, we've got a couple more coming up, okay, so keep your eyes open, okay? Right. Catch you later, guys. Enjoy, safe flying.